out the Akai, picking up, and so the Geek Fam is able to pick up the Beatrix, but I feel like that's a little bit too risky. So they go with the Valentina ban, and Geek Fam, they have the option to blue.
Beatrix first pick could be the option. They instead go for the Akai, again putting pressure on towards BTR, because BTR, for some reason as well, they're pretty similar to RRQ in the fact that they just do not want to pick up the Beatrix. But here they go, just as I say it, they go for the Beatrix pick, a very solid pick onto the hands of Marky. And obviously with the Paquito, that can be flexed in the jungle in the XP lane. Geek Fam very fast to respond. That's gonna be the Claude picked up to lane against the Beatrix and also the Esmeralda. So with the Esmeralda, it's basically trying to force the Paquito into the jungle. Doesn't really do well in lane against the Esme, that Paquito. But I think BTR is going to use that flex. They're going to go for possibly a roamer here or a mid laner. They need to use that flex pick properly.
If Bigatron is hitching their bets onto Key, I do believe right now is the best choice to try and look for it. It does seem like Geek Fam so far with the competition that they have brought, they want to go in for full dive with the Akai, with the Esmeralda, and the Blazing Duet coming in from Claude as well. So Bigatron can actually use this to their advantage. Pick someone up that is great against these really heavy dive-in heroes. Perhaps the Atlas can be a choice for them, or even someone like but no, they're gonna go for the Julian pick instead. So still flex picks all around for the side of Bigatron as now we enter the second phase of the draft ban and picks.
I wonder if it's going to be a mid-lane Julian. We've seen it played by Udo to great effect. With the Beatrix around though, you gotta wonder what is their plan. Is it to snipe from far away? Is it to poke right with the side as well? Or is it to go all in because they have that Paquito? While we're waiting on that though, we get an Alpha Marky here. Signature hero being Wanon and Popo and Koopa. Runner-up of MPL PH Season 8. And of course the runner-up for the M3 World Championship. Man with a lot of accomplishments. He will be on the Beatrix today. Unless they do something really crazy. It most likely will be on his hands. He will need to actually show up against Kadira, who has a lot of praise about him these days.
And we have seen a whole lot of just crazy picks for BTR, from their double marksman composition to back in the day with Gord. Remember the Age days of BTR, but here it is the matchup that we mentioned earlier, Janna QT and Max. With Max having a better KDA, not KDA there, a little bit more damage, but in the terms of KDA and kills per game, it is definitely Janna QT who takes the cake on this one.
Wow. Eve now will be banned by Bigatron as well. And considering that the Diggy has been banned for Geek Fam, it seems like they very much want to go for some big crowd control plays, right? They have the heavy spin to begin with, but now Bigatron, they need to try and maybe get some speed if they plan on getting away from Geek Fam, or they can turn it back around by using maybe an Atlas that Key is very comfortable with. They ban out the Lilia just in case they go into that clumped up situation where Julian can shine. You know, they don't want Lilia to match Julian in the clumped up combo department.
Oh, I don't really like the Atlas though. Geek Fam did ban the Diggy, so it kind of enables BTR to go and look for that Atlas pick. But up against the Akai, you're going to have a lot of trouble even looking for those engages, with a heavy spin being available for the side of Geek Fam to just disengage out of every single forced engage from BTR. I think a solid pick here would be the Mathilda. Get in, get out. It's not as playmaking, it's not as crazy as an Atlas, especially on the hands of Key, someone who really takes the game into his own hands. But other than Mathilda, I don't really think I can't really think about another hero here that really works out. Ruby could work. Actually, Ruby would be a solid pick here up against the Claude, the Esmeralda, even the Akai. And that's no, they go for the Lolita to, I guess, soak in that Blazing Duet damage.
The thing about Bigatron is that they love to stay into their comfort picks. It doesn't seem like Key has picked up the Ruby before. He's picked up the Lolita, and perhaps that is going to be the way that they're maneuvering around this. But from the side of Geek Fam, this is a lot of CC, hence that Diggy ban coming through there in the second phase. You have the I'm Offended coming in from the Ruby, as well as her first and second abilities, plus the Abyssal Traps and arrows that can come from the Selena. But what does this mean?
It's a mid Selena, I believe. That is spooky. Alzura on the Selena. Or hang on, Baloyski is also well known for playing the Selena, so they might be trying to play some mind games with us. We'll just have to see once the heroes get swapped into place. the final pick for Bigatron though. They have some coverage, they have AoE. What they want to get next is dive. Wow, wait, dive and mobility, that will be the Ling for the third time today?
Well, we have seen, well, technically the Ling right now is sitting at a negative win rate today, right? All around, it's very, very bad in terms of the win rate. But again, BTR, they're showing confidence here with that composition. But man, again, the Ling coming in as the final pick. Very similar to Alter Ego, how they picked up Ling last pick 2 games in a row up against EVO's Legends. BTR trying to find the same success here against Geek Fam. But Max needs to be very, very careful if he falls behind in the early stage.
They have
as a Ling.
Exactly, but the thing is, right now, Geek Fam, they don't have a huge reliable source of single target CC that can inhibit the Ling. It might work, even though there is a lot of AoE CC from Geek. So we'll see if he's able to maneuver around that as we jump into the portal.
Let's see, Land of Dawn is here. Ladies and gentlemen, we jumped into the portal and it's time to witness Geek Fam versus Bigatron Alpha for the final match of the day, the decider on who secures 7th place. Max, did he go for the Demon Slayer is my question. I think considering how fast he's taking this buff already, he definitely went for the Demon Slayer. Yeah, he did.
So in addition to that, I also don't like the Selena pick in this mid side. I don't know. I think the clear is going to be lacking compared to someone like the Julian, but so far, it does seem like Geek Fam already being aggressive in the jungle.
I guess Boloski can try and amend that. Because arrow lands, and here we go. Aggressive play from Geek Fam, but Bigatron, they are ready. They can scrap it out, although they're backing away because Luke is on the way already. Lethal will fall into the hands of Geek Fam. As Bigatron Alpha, we have to see if Max can avoid contact and farm up a Storm the same way Sully Boy did.
It's going to be tough here up against an Akai, right? Sully Boy was able to do that, but it was up against a Fanny with a lot of counters. Akai, it's very different. Farms really, really fast. Even faster than Max here, as he is going to have to go to the gold buff to actually secure level 4. Very tough for Luke. Doesn't want to give it for free. Wants to poke him down, make him look for it. And look at this. Max still able to secure it. And even in the bottom side, Marky doing the same thing towards the Akai. Both teams just trading right now. It doesn't seem like there's much happening. Both teams just going for the template, just clearing out the waves.
So far, I think Bigatron Alpha has a bit of an edge. You can see that Max is having a swell time, and Geek Fam, despite the aggressive nature of their composition, they have not been able to secure an early skirmish where Selena excels massively. So now they're waiting for that level 4 play on the Turtle Pit. The heavy spin from Jenna Cutie can make a huge difference, but Bigatron, of course, will be anticipating for that to happen.
The turtle is already in the Land of Dawn so far, but right now Bigatron already hitching their bets on taking out Luke. They are going to be able to get him a bit low, perhaps put that pressure and utilize that to their advantage as they are going to look towards this turtle.
Oh, I mean, they got the pressure initially in the top side, but if they go for this, it's a little bit too greedy, and just as I say that, Repo is going to be engaged on Numenon. Blasto popped in, instantly with a flicker, able to find 2 members. Repo collapsing with the help of the team as well. First Blood presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series, secured by BTR. Jana QT still has the heavy spin actually. It was an arrow connecting onto Paula, still able to get out for now. Flicker out, Jana QT once again trying to go for the damage. Retribution not won by Jana. Max takes it. Turtle Slain presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series.
Yeah, both teams aren't really risking a lot as well. Both of them are really focusing on these objectives. It does seem like Bigatron Alpha was able to get something in that particular area, but now let's put our focus on towards the end.
Well, Demon Slayer for both the junglers, it's not the same approach we saw Sully Boy use in the previous match. Marky going in for the Weapon Mastery, he will be aiming for that late game power spike. But you can see that Repo attempts to be aggressive in the lane as much as possible. The emblem suggests he wants to go and attempt to win that lane on the back of his mechanics, which is important because if he does succeed in that, that's a lot of pressure that he can exert onto the back line of Geek Fam.
So far, Bigatron Alpha is leading in economy. They were able to get that turtle so far, but you know, you mentioned the Ling as well as the Jana QT issues when it comes down to those neutral objectives, but Man, Link's been able to get those, and I think it's because he's using the new axe effect.
Oh, the new axe effect definitely helps him with the plays, but again, Maloyski's gonna get caught there. He went in a little bit too aggressive. BTR able to funnel that kill over to Marky, and with that amount of damage, amount of gold he got from the kill against his ex-teammate, he will be able to buy the BOD in the 4th minute of the game. Chadera's not gonna have a fun time up against this Beatrix. With that BOD, I think the snipes will be able to take a whole lot of his HP down, but he doesn't really connect onto it right now. BTR holding that lead, just grasping onto it.
They don't really have to force anything to happen because GeekFam, they are the ones with the superior playmaking potential. They have I'm Offended, they have the heavy spin as well as the missile arrow, and speaking of that, he takes one, and you can see that the damage potential is still very much existent for GeekFam. Bigatron Alpha is content just playing it slow because Max, he's doing a good job just farming up, and once he has a few more items, they can go aggressive here.
Elzura zoned out. Jana QT trying to get pressure back here. BTR have much more of a lead here. Maloyski, oh my god, he just goes in. He's able to tank the damage, but Jana gets hit by the Renner. Max trying to look for an engage here as Repo is going to take a whole lot of damage. Might be taken down. Forced to flicker out. Elzura does the damage onto him, but falling Simon catches too. Luke picking up the kill, running away as well. A good disengage from the side of Luke as GeekFam tried to use this man advantage over to the Turtle. Maloyski able to stun away the members. Got caught in the enhanced chain, and Marky takes his ex-teammate down again. Maloyski, 2nd time falling to the hands of Marky.
1-for-1 trade so far, but it seems like Bigatron, they don't want to reset this. Jana QT already in the area, and Huey will see whose Retribution comes out on top, and the answer is going to be Max.
Jana, though, is looking for compensation with a heavy spin. Max winning it out again. Premature retribution there by Jana.
Yeah, someone pressed that retribution too early, and I'm guessing that's Jana QT.
Well, Max, again, he's been doing so good, but Fala here tries to make a play, and with the back of Max, they will be able to secure Luke, and they have pressure in the top lane here. They will be going for the turret, and they have all the control in the world right now. GeekFam, they're straggling behind due to Fala just making a lot of plays on the back of that empowered chain. That's insane. Enchanted Talisman already complete for Luke as well, but at this point, he needs a bit more defenses to be the front line for GeekFam. Repo with the Bloodlust Axe will have a lot more sustain in that lane, so it's a combination of Repo being ahead and Luke being behind. Marky, though, already with the BOD, he will be doing a lot of damage if GeekFam don't start stacking some physical defense.
And he's actually going for the Melphic Roar, which is very interesting. Usually we see the BOD into a Hunter Strike. Now he's going for a Melphic Roar, maybe because he's up against a little bit more tanky members here. Jana QT, obviously with Luke as well. 2 tanky members that he needs to deal with as the composition. Actually, it's kind of a dive comp, yeah? So, I don't know, but alright, let's see. Maloyski, once again, going to be able to open up the map for his team. BTR spotted there, but they all rotate towards the mid lane. Again, they're trying to get the turrets down with the help of Marky on this Beatrix.
They've already been able to secure the top lane as well as the bottom lane turret here for the side of Bigatron Alpha, leading already with 3,000 gold. Not a lot of action, but Bigatron Alpha, they're being very disciplined in terms of that utility as well as those objectives on the board. So far, GeekFam with their composition, they haven't been able to get anything per se on the board.
Oh, the Abyssal Arrow though connects on to Fala. He still able to disengage for his team. Very good cover there. But Max right now is a level ahead of Jana QT. Another Abyssal Arrow finds its mark onto Max as he goes in for the turtle right now. And that's going to be the enhanced chain, knocking Maloyski very low. Repo flickers forward to secure the kill. 3rd time this game that he's been caught out of position, trying to open up the map for his teammates. And even in that top side, Chadera was taken low. BTR will be able to secure this turtle for free.
Speaking of the discipline, right, and then how passive both teams have been, Fala has just been very aggressive at how he plays this Julian. At any moment, it's always a scythe combined with an empowered chain, and if it doesn't land, it doesn't matter. He just throws it out there to be a threat for GeekFam. They're always constantly guessing, will Fala go for it? And if they focus too much on that, that is where Key can get a play. That's where Repo can just come in and beat someone up. So the golden staff, though, is complete for Kadera. GeekFam might go for a big fight here, knowing that the power spike is available.
Nice map awareness by Marky there. Spotting the members from GeekFam and stopping that engage from happening. As you can say, the Melphic Roar is doing wonders for the Beatrix.
Yeah, being able to bully someone like Jana QT on the Akai is not something that you want to be seeing, especially if you're Geek Fam. Right now, the pressure is on Geek Fam. They're able to push and put pressure in that top side now, hitching their bets in towards that mid side as well, clearing very well. And if Geek Fam keep pumping up like this, Key is going to have a great time with the Noonan Blast.
Man, Jana said it in the interview that he wants to target Marky, but Marky is certainly just targeting Beloyski. He took him down twice, and with every Renner shot, he always connects it onto Beloy. It's really personal, man. Marky knows Beloy, how he plays. They've lived together on Onyx PH back in the day, so maybe they can read each other out.
Geek Fam, though, they want to go aggressive, but right now you can see that Key is always further in the back. They always send someone else because if Geek Fam commit to someone else, the Numenon Blast can be an amazing counter-engage tool that Bigatron is taking full advantage of. On top of that, of course, Repo and Fala can also do wonders on their own left alone. And even if they don't engage, right, Bigatron Alpha has the advantage with the Renner in the hands of Marky, so they're content to just pick off the members of Geek Fam and take away the resources from the jungle.
Yeah, Marky already stealing that buff away from Jana QT there. So now Bigatron Alpha, they're really slowly pushing that pressure that they've already taken for themselves here in the 10th minute. Very low kill game here, 10 minutes, only 6 kills on the board. Geek Fam still unable to get anything or grab anything on the map, but you guys can grab some food here with the 50,000 discount, but look at this.
Yeah. BTR, they're pushing the pace again. They're just forcing Geek outside of their tier 2 turret to try to get more objectives on the map, and that's exactly what happens. They use the bait, bringing 4 members down below, even forcing the Esmeralda to make a decision as the Paquito, Repo, was just up top, getting the turret, sieging it down. Meanwhile, BTR, they don't commit Abyssal Arrow though, connecting onto the side of Fala. Heavy spin, not going to be popped just yet. That's going to be the Renner shot, connecting onto Jana. Still able to soak that damage. Abyssal Arrow once again. Elzura's been on point here. He goes for the Flicker. Noonan Blast onto Beloy, onto Jana. But Max comes in for the damage as well. They don't need the retribution. Marky was somehow able to actually capitalize on that as Max picks up the kill with the Tempest Blaze. Now he's looking for the damage onto Chadera, who's going to fall to the hands of Marky again, gunning them down, picking up a double kill for himself. 8.4k gold lead on the hands of BTR with the Lord spawning as well. They got a 3-0.
Yeah, this Selena isn't working too well as well because you can see even if it would land, it doesn't seem like he has enough damage as well. There's not enough burst coming in from Geek Fam so far to be able to capitalize on if those Abyssal Arrows connect. And you can see Elzura being punished already by the damage coming in from Bigatron Alpha.
But the plan for Geek Fam is to actually land an Abyssal Arrow and then follow up with the crowd control. But right now they just don't find the chance to make that happen. Kadera tried to go in there, but as always, Key is just playing super reactive. He just stuns him in the middle of the Blazing Duet, and once that happens, Marky can out-damage everyone with the Wesker. That is why the Beatrix is so dominant, is so broken essentially. Fala goes in though.
Hands chain, finding Jana. Doomnout Blast cancelled out by Elzura. Max dishing out the damage onto the base turret up top. They're looking for the mid turret now. Bigatron Alpha, they can certainly siege this down. Marky's doing exactly that with the Renner, able to take it down. That's incredible value for the first Lord. Bigatron Alpha, 11,000 gold lead in 12 minutes. It's a complete shutout. Doesn't seem like Geek Fam have been able to actually do anything this game.
Yeah, they're playing the map really well. They're able to distract and, take other objectives on the board. You can see that the Paquito has been used to do so, hit damage onto those turrets, take away all the infrastructures that Geek Fam has without even engaging into a fight in particular. And now, it's difficult to see Geek Fam come out on top out of this. Do they have enough damage with the composition that they chose here in this particular game against Bigatron Alpha?
Probably not just yet. It's a 13-minute game, and Bigatron Alpha is 12.3k gold ahead. So Geek Fam want to farm up a bit more. In the late game, in theory, right, Max will fall off as an assassin, and then Geek Fam might be able to get a lot more done with Kadera having a very wide angle with the ultimate. But right now, Bigatron Alpha, they're just waiting for a chance here. They can just abuse Marky with that Renner, man, but they're just controlling the base so far and playing with the waves as much as possible.
They're winning condition right now. Yeah, Elzura almost got shut down there. Was it Marky?
It was Max.
It was Max. So Max on this Ling, he's actually found his comfort here, I guess, on stage, right? Again, he's performing really well on the Ling. a hero that we haven't seen in the MPL getting a whole lot of success just yet. But against an Esmeralda, I don't think he's going to be able to win that one. Again, though, back to my point, Chidera is the main winning condition right now for Geek Fam. If he is able to actually dish out the damage properly with his now complete item set, not fully complete, but as a Claude, that's what you need to deal damage. DHS, Golden Staff, and obviously the Malefic Roar. That's going to be the win condition, but well, speaking of win condition, Marky is able to solo the Lord in the 14th minute of the game.
That should be illegal, man. That should be absolutely illegal. I believe he has the Hunter Strike at this point, and perhaps along with the Malefic Roar, he might have the BOD as well. Mid lane now, there's a Death Trap by Geek Fam, but Pikachu and Alpha, they are setting up on the opposite side.
Oh! That's a painful one. If he had the Heptases, I think that would have been a one-shot.
Very well could have been.
He got the Heptases now. Beloy caught once again. Going to be knocked up by Repo as the knockout strike connects. Only one stop. Beloy's able to bring two members back in. I'm offended. Doomina Blast connecting on the two members. No follow-up now. But Lord is marching down the mid lane. Max jumping in with the Defiant Blades now as he goes in for the turret on the bottom side. Key taking a whole lot of damage as they go on towards Chidera. Chidera falls. Luke as well. Marky in the back. Able to end the game. Ending it in the 14th minute of the game.